So we met in Boston online in June 2013, I believe it was.
He told me I smelled good. So with that, I said, of course, I do. And I think from there, it was love after.
I don't know much about algebra, but I know 1 plus 1 equals 2. And it's me and you. That's all we'll have when the world is through. 'Cause baby, we ain't got nothing.
I've never met somebody in my life that will put down everything to help somebody else and put everybody else in front of himself, both with his family, my family, and our friends, and that's what makes him mean the world to me.
When my days look low.
The thing I love most about Chris is how much he just unconditionally loves me, no matter what. He's a great person.
So when the world's at war, that I love heal us all. Right now, baby, make love to me. Make love to me. Hey, I don't know much about guns, but I've been shot by you. Hey, and I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I hope that I'm gonna die by you. Hey, and I don't know much about fighting, but I know I will fight for you. Hey, just when I ball up my fist, I realize that I'm laying right next to you, baby. We ain't got nothing but love. And darling, you got enough for the both of us. Ooh, make love to me when my day.
I proposed in Key West on New Year's about 2 years ago, and it was the greatest experience of our life. Key West has become one of our favorite places in the world. As a drag queen actually dropped from her heel, Sushi the drag queen, on New Year's. It was a great night.
I don't like attention, I don't like crowds, so when Chris actually got down on one knee and proposed to me in Key West on Duval Street, there was thousands of people there. I was mortified. So my first response was no, please, no. I thought we were just drunk, I thought he was just joking, but then when I saw him pull the ring out of his shoe, he started crying, so yes. Our future, I think lots of traveling, no kids, because Chris doesn't want kids. I'm probably okay with that. But I see lots of traveling and lots of happiness.
Alex, I want you to know I have never been happier in my life. You mean the absolute world to me, the way you have brought so much love and joy into my life, my friends' lives, my family life, and letting me into your life, your family, your friends, and to see everybody here together today has made me easily the happiest person on earth.
I love him.
Bienvenidos! Welcome everyone to the beautiful Hard Rock Riviera Maya in Mexico. We could not ask for a more perfect venue for all of us to reunite and celebrate the union of Alex and Chris. There are many of us who have met this week for the first time, and it's a beautiful thing that family and friends from far have all come together to be here today to witness this special moment. My name is Patricia Mesa, and I have had the pleasure of calling Alex my brother and my best friend for the past 32 years of my life. We grew up 2 houses down from one another, and we did absolutely everything together. That is until he unilaterally decided to join the Coast Guard, travel the world, and settle down in Boston, of all places. At first, I figured he picked Boston because of all the places that he was stationed. It was the only place where he had family. He has aunts and cousins. But in time, it became evident that there was something or someone in Boston who made him feel as though that was his home. I knew everything about Alex, including the fact that he wasn't about that yucky love stuff. So we just didn't go there. Our entire friendship existed in a world where love was not an issue or a topic of conversation. It made things easier. But all that changed 5 years ago when he called me to tell me that he had fallen in love. I was so overwhelmed and giddy with happiness that I wasn't prepared for what I was about to hear. Because when he uttered the words, "His name is Chris," I almost crashed my car. I screamed so loud. You see, because even though we were thousands of miles apart, I felt the sense of freedom that came through in his voice in that very moment. And that night we gushed and gossiped, and I heard all about this spectacular man who had stolen his heart, and with that had stolen my best friend. And for Alex to have chosen Chris, I knew he had to be special, because they don't make 'em any pickier than Alex. They just don't. Chris turned out to be even more wonderful than I imagined. I mean, what's not to like? He's funny. He's sweet. He has an inherent appreciation for the value of family. He's a good old time, gorgeous as all hell. And he has the most peculiar quirks, almost too familiar. From the first time I met Chris, I was at peace. Chris is done well by Alex. And as a couple, their growth has elevated, or in the words of Queen Bee, have upgraded Alex. Alex went from playing baseball in Tamiami Park to watching it from Fenway Park. He went from weekends in Disney World to weekends in Martha's Vineyards. He went from clubbing in downtown space to watching David Guetta perform from Ibiza. From Sunny Isles Beach to Stigas off the coast of Spain. From Tuesdays at the Ale House and 609 to partying till the lights go down in Club Cafe. As partners, you two have really grown together through travel and adventure, and that's a great place for any relationship to start. There's something natural about your relationship, a comfort from your embrace, something genuine about your laugh, so pure about the love that you share. And from the very beginning, it was apparent that there was something special, something extra that brings us here today. It is an honor to be the one that you entrusted, not only to be the first to learn about your relationship, to be the one to stand here today to make this official. Marriage is tricky to define. And in preparing to today, it was not easy to figure out how I was going to address that topic. And naturally, the lawyer in me decided to look into how it was that we get to this very moment. And what I found was inspiring. You see, June 2015, the Supreme Court of the greatest country alive, I'm sorry, they issued their first opinion that says that it is legal for you two to contractually obligate you to one another. In his majority opinion, Justice Kennedy strung together words that I feel eloquently capture the essence of marriage, which I would like to share with you today. The nature of marriage is that through its enduring bond, two persons together can find their freedoms, such as expression, intimacy, and spirituality. There is a dignity in the bond between two men or two women who seek to marry, and in their autonomy to make such profound choices. No union is more profound than marriage. It embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than they once were. Marriage embodies a love that may endure even past death. Marriage responds to the universal fear that a lonely person might call out only to find no one there. It offers the hope of companionship and understanding and assurance that while both still live, there will be someone to care for one another. I found those words to be beautiful, and in a moment, you will say beautiful words to one another, and you yourselves will take across a threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same. You will be taking your love, your relationship, to the next level.
All right, so I'm going to try to get through this without crying. You guys saw me last night. It was a hot mess, so I'm going to give my best. Chris, who would have thought June 2nd, 2013 would be the day that would forever change our lives? Meeting you that day and walking on the streets of Boston for hours, I can honestly say I never thought I would see you again. You were young, wild, loud, crazy, nothing I was looking for. But something about this crazy masshole was so intriguing to me, and those next few weeks of us being inseparable and getting to know each other were some of the best weeks of my life. From the beginning, our relationship was not easy. For most of us not being openly gay, me being in the Coast Guard and going out to sea for 2 months within a few weeks of us dating, but all that made it that much more special. That first year was all about you and I, and it was such an amazing time both of our lives. Looking back now, it's a little ridiculous how we spent that first year hiding from everyone and even ignore each other at bars. But I will not change. Oh, fuck. But I will not change it for the world. You're my secret. It's all about us, kiddo. And look at us now. It's wild to be here right now in Mexico in front of all our friends and family. As a kid, I never saw myself getting married. I never thought I was going to have my happily ever after, and I was content with that. But all that changed thanks to you. You have changed my life in ways you will never understand. I was never a relationship person, and it takes a lot for me to let people in, but the best decision I have made was letting you in. Chris, you would never know what you mean to me and how special you are to me. I want to thank you for loving me the way that you do, for being my best friend, for putting up with me even when I'm being difficult, and especially when I'm hungry. Trust me, I know it's not easy to do with all this crazy, but I love you more than you will ever know for putting up with me even through all my flaws. I can go on, and I want to thank you. I can go on, but I want to thank you for the most, is you're finally letting me love me for the real me. Because of you, that little confused brown boy Miami that at times hated himself for being different. Can't stand here today as a proud gay man and love himself in a way he never thought was possible. Chris, I promise you, as long as we both shall live, I will always be by your side during the good and the bad times and all that good stuff. I promise to love you even when you're forced me to watch the news all day. I promise to love you even when you have to be right about everything. I promise to love you even though you make me late to everything, even today. I promise to love you even though you refuse to wash dishes, make the bed, throw the trash. And I promise that you're stuck with me for the rest of your life. You're an amazing person and the luckiest guy alive to get to call you mine. Almost 6 years in, and every day I love you more. I am yours for life, and I'll always be by your side as your biggest fan, biggest cheerleader, best friend, support system, confidant, and all that good stuff. There's no one I'd rather go old with and annoy me beautiful singing all day than you, Chris. I am thankful every day that I have you in my life, and I want to spend the rest of my life showing you just how special you are. We have built an amazing life together, and I know it's only going to get better from here. I fucking love your face, kiddo. Oh, God. So, and as you unite against the world, I love you.
Whew. All right. Alex, before I even begin, I need to thank you for giving me the greatest gift anybody has ever given me in this life, the ability to be happy and comfortable with the person who I am today. I'll never forget that scared feeling as a teenage boy, praying to God that I would change. It wasn't until that I met you in Mexico that I was able to come out to the people who are with us here in Mexico today. I now stand with you by my side as a proud gay man, no longer wishing that I was someone else, for if that wish were to come true, I would have never have found you. I feel like I am the luckiest man in the world who was given a gift. I'll never forget that time we first met. That walk around Fenway where I instantly knew there was something different about you. I had never met a more caring person who would do anything for anybody, even more than himself. It's the one quality that has forever attracted me to you. You also earned some quick points that day by telling me I smell good. To which I gave that classic Chris Cole reply, I know. I look back and wonder how this gringo from a small Western Mass town ended up with a man from Miami who was spending 6 months a year at sea. Whatever the reason, I vow to never let you go and will always love you. As I look at you today, I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. You are my travel companion, my love, my boo, my Maria, my partner, my best friend, and my husband. I promise to always squeeze your hand and remind you of my love, even if you don't squeeze back. I promise to always remind you of where you're going because you never know where the hell you are. I promise to be the best uncles possible to Alexa and Hazel. I promise to say I love you before we go to bed, even if we are fighting. I promise to feed you because we all know I'm your number 2 when it comes to food. I promise to travel the world with you, see different cultures, and always be living our best lives. Most of all, I promise to grow old with you and never stop loving you. I love you, Alexander Lorenzo.
Love you.
These are the hands of your best friend, strong and full of love for you. They are holding yours on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it, support and encouragement to pursue your dreams, and comfort in difficult times. Alex and Quiz wish to exchange these rings as a symbol of their commitment to love one another. May these rings always remind you of the vows that you have made before us today. We're going to keep this part of the wedding traditional. We're going to keep it classy. Who's first? Oh, what's this food? As you put the ring on, please repeat after me. I, Chris Cole, take you, Alexander Alex Lorenzo,
Take you, Alexander Alex Lorenzo,
for my husband,
for my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or worse,
for better or worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us part.
I, Alexander Lorenzo, take you, Christopher Cole, for my husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer, in sickness and health, until death do us part.
Now take these rings as a symbol of this commitment that wherever you go, you will return to each other, and whatever you have, you will share with one another. Alex and Chris, in the essence of the commitments that you have made today, is the taking of another person in his or her entirety. Do you promise to treat each other with compassion, to actively listen, and communicate without judgment?
We do.
I do.
Do you promise to honor and respect one another in your mutual humanity, accepting each other fully in your flaws and strengths?
We do.
Do you promise to support each other through the good times and the bad, to grow together in your love and in your life experiences?
We do.
We do.
Do you promise to care for one another in sickness and in health, physically and emotionally?
We do.
Do you promise to laugh together, to encourage each other to accept challenges, and to create adventures for one another?
We do.
May your love grow sure and strong and true in the days and the years that you share life together. May you always be able to talk things over, confide in each other, laugh with each other, enjoy life together, and continue to post all of your nights of debauchery for all of us on Instagram to marvel and cringe over. It's been an honor to officiate your ceremony this evening, and now I get to say something that you guys have been looking forward to for a long time. By the powers vested in me by no one other than Don Julio today, I now pronounce you partners in life. You may kiss your husband.
We got a big one, the mother of one of our grooms, Anastasia Lorenzo! The beautiful and stunning Miss Sharon Cole! Come on, we know you got it. The oldest ring bearer in North America, Rob D'Agostino! Come on, let me see it, Rob. I know you know how to get the maracas, girls. Let's go, come on. brother and sister of Alex. We have Yori from San Lorenzo. DJ, start it again from the top, then I'll be loud enough. Let's go. Louder, DJ, come on. All of us are lucky enough for the first time to see Mr. and Mr. Chris and Alex Lorenzo. Let's go, you self-inspired.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You've got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down. I'm around through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it, although it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. I give you all of me, and you give me all. Fue la primera voz que susurró mi nombre. Fue la primera mano que rozó mi piel. Percibí su ternura aún estando en su vientre. Sabía que me amaba antes de nacer. Con esmero y paciencia cuidaba mis pasos y dejó de ser ella para ser para mí. Mi dolor se calmaba si estaba en sus brazos. Me arrullaba en su pecho y me hacía dormir. Ahora que ha pasado el tiempo y que he vivido tanto, es que puedo entender que he tenido 1000 amores y nada compara con esa mujer. Amor de madre, que no guarda rencor, que no olvida, que daría su alma y su vida sin duda ninguna, tan solo por mí. Amor de madre, el que sufre si me ve sufriendo, el que sabe lo que estoy sintiendo, el más puro que puede existir. Hoy quiero que escuches algo que quiero decir, que mi canto es para ti.
Otra vez, volver a empezar contigo, mamá. Tú eras que te
Avanceré, que a toda fuerza yo vengo. Mírenme, no me venció el sufrimiento. Vengo dispuesto a luchar, nada me puede parar. Quiero volver a empezar, libre de todo recuerdo. Quiero volver a empezar y amanecer de nuevo.
troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders.
Ask Alex if he has anything to say. Nope. So I'll do this one again. I just want to thank everybody for coming to the Riviera Maya once again. I cannot believe we have all these people. Like, literally, I thought maybe 5, 10. To see all of you out here means the absolute world to Alex and I. We couldn't be happier to have you here. And now we are ready for, hopefully, to get the real party started. And for dinner, because it's now served in the back part over there. Let's go.
So first of all, I'd like to thank our MC, beautiful princess. Great job. Good evening. My name is Yuri Lorenzo. I'm Alex's brother. For those of you who don't know me, like my brother, I'm a man of not too many words. So here we go. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you for making it out today to celebrate this special occasion with my brother and Chris. If you're here celebrating with us today, that means you're very special to them. And to those who were not invited, in my brother's words, can go fuck themselves. Just kidding. Alex, I'm very proud of all your accomplishments in life, and I know you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. I know Dad is looking over us and is very proud of the men we have become today. If we can please get one moment of silence for our father, which passed when Alex was 10 and I was 12 years old, to cancer. Even though we only had our father with us for a short period of time, I'm grateful because we had the best parents in childhood while growing up, and wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. I still remember Dad getting home from work tired, taking us to the beach, renting at the beach summer months, going to work, and then coming to be with us. I also remember waking up at 4 a.m. to go to work with him in the lunch truck. He taught us how to work hard for everything, and that's why you've been able to accomplish so much in life. También le quiero dar las gracias a nuestra mamá que nos dio tanto amor y cariño cuando éramos pequeños y también ahora. Y por eso es que yo y Alex somos los hombres que somos hoy en día. Mom, no sé cómo lo hiciste, pero eres la mejor madre en el mundo, and me and Alex love you. Alex, even though I may not call or write to you all the time, I want you to know that I love you and you will always be my little brother. That's just the way that I am, and I'm sure you figured that out by now. I am glad you chose Chris as your partner. Chris is a great person, and I've supported both of you since day 2. Day 1, I had to just let it soak in because this guy came out of the closet and brings a boyfriend also. So it's just a double whammy. I know it was not easy for you at the beginning, and I had to be a strong one in the family to support you and also support and guide Mom at the same time. Chris, you probably know this already, but the only warning I have to give you is to do not get on Alex's side. I still remember when we were kids, if I was going to get in a fight with him, I had to be aware of my surroundings because I knew whatever was around him was going to get thrown at me. The little fucker would not go down without putting up a fight. I still remember him chasing Georgie around the front yard with a hose, trying to whip him with the hose. Also, when he's pissed, he'll tell you a million bad words at the same time, at the top of his lungs in a few seconds, and you can ask Amy about that. But besides that, he is a fun, loving person with a great big heart. Just don't get on his bad side. I love the way you both are with my daughters. And after you two settle down, hello? Hello? So I love the way both of you are with my daughters, and after you two are done traveling and settle down, I would love to be an uncle someday. If Ricky can do it, why can't you guys? I want you both to know that I'm always here for you. And Chris, you're welcome into our family. We love you, and remember, family always comes before anything in this world. So let's raise our glasses and have a toast for my two brothers, Alex and Chris.
All right, so my lovely fiance helped me with this speech, and by help is that she took out all the mean jokes that I had. Knowing my role as a soon-to-be husband, agreeing and taking the high road was the only road available. So your first lesson to a healthy marriage is that you must make compromises. And when I say you, I don't mean both of you. I mean you, Chris Cole. Cole's biggest compromise is going home from Club Cafe at 1:30 a.m. instead of 2, when poor Alex just wanted to be at home and watch Selena on repeat. That is every weekend. A compromise to Cole is asking which restaurant you want to go to one of his 2 options. That is most certainly not a compromise, Cole. So I want to start my best man speech off a little bit different and talk about the person who never wants to be the center of attention, my sweet Alex. You know, Alex, when I look at you tonight, I could just tell that this is one of the happiest days of your life. You're giving off this vibe like you have J-Lo waiting for tonight, playing in that head of yours, and you're just trying your hardest to hold it in and hold in all that song and dance. I'm sure that's going to be played at least a dozen times tonight. I hope it will be. Of course, when Alex showed up on Tuesday, he had on one of his classic J-Lo tees. Never in my life did I imagine I would have so much in common with a man that has the same closet and shoe size as a 14-year-old girl. For all of you that don't know this, Alex is one of my favorite people in the world because he has such a passion for food. It's the same passion I have for food. He's willing to try anything and everything. Now, I know that's hard to believe because when I turn sideways, I look like I'm going into my second trimester. And when Alex turns sideways, he's invisible. But I kid you not, if Alex's metabolism wasn't running like Chris Cole's hairline, he would have a bigger belly than his heart. That joke was Carly approved, I swear. I love you, bud. Alex, my week wouldn't be complete without tagging you in hundreds of food videos or texting you when I'm getting a secret hamburger from McDonald's. I love having our own conversations, not because we have a lot in common, but I secretly do it to piss off Chris Cole. You're my skinny fat friend with a common palate. You're my favorite person to sit next to when we go out to eat. Not only because we can spill lots of tea, but because you'll share your food off your plate with me, willingly and unwillingly. And I know you won't judge me for it. You're the happiest, most easygoing and selfless person I've ever met. We are all very fortunate Cole has someone in his life like you. You've made him a better person, a person we can all tolerate. Now, on to the man of the hour, Chris Cole. I can tell he's probably thinking, hey, when are you going to start talking about me? This speech better end soon because I got to check my phone. Don't you worry about your phone, just fine. Truthfully, I started my speech off with talking about Alex because I wasn't sure if you're going to make it on time. At least you're fitting in with the Mexican culture really well. I just want to say I feel really honored to be up here and speak about our friendship for the last 15 years. In high school, when we first met, I had the initial thought that most people have when they first met you. Who is this loud bro yelling, yeah, and dancing like an absolute fool? Now, most people didn't like you for that, but I knew instantly that you were a guy that I wanted to hang out with. This kid is the life of the party. We have tons in common, so let's hang out. And that's how it all started. From high school parties to college, and then being long-term roommates in the greatest city in the world. We've had many unforgettable moments, and many that we forgot, because it was a decade of jam-packed fun. Super Bowl parties when the Pats won, Super Bowl parties when the 49ers lost, traveling to D.C. in the Vineyard, Sox World Series, Bruin playoff runs, bars after bars. We spent more money and time on sports than Alex spends on his beauty routine. So many big moments spent together. Some of my favorite moments were when you painted your face painted your face after the Bruins won the Stanley Cup, and you were running around the city with your yellow cape on. Now you run around the same city with your heels, and it's very impressive, I might add. Or how about that time when I invited you to the Halloween party at Calumet, told you it was going to be a costume party, didn't tell anybody else, and you were the only one that showed up in costume. You were so mad, but it was great. I do have one more piece of marriage advice, and that is communication. Look at where we are. Look at this lovely family that you're marrying into. Would it kill you to learn Spanish? I'm sure Alex's mom would love to know which two food options you are going to offer her. Which is most likely pollo or pollo. Communication is one of the most important aspects of a healthy marriage. Cole, maybe you could start with communicating a little bit less. And lastly, just because a phone is used to communicate doesn't mean it's your only option. So sometimes just put the phone down. For anyone that thought Cole works at Apple, you are mistaken. It's just a full-blown addiction, like Kraft at the Asian spas, or Tiger Woods in a hole, or Lindsay Lohan in Greece. Cole's addiction is real. You want to know how real it is? I was able to hack into Cole's Yelp searches last month, and I'm going to share some of them with you. Brunch, Beyonce brunch, acceptable places to slap the floor, plain, unseasoned chicken, and lastly, but certainly most searched the most, coffee. And we're not talking about just regular coffee. It has to be a large iced caramel macchiato and low-fat milk, and it better taste like Starbucks. But it's all not bad. I give you credit. Your time spent on Yelp always comes in handy. Those two food options are always amazing. We had some really great Yelp dates together, and I don't know what I would have done without you in P-Town and in San Diego. The most recent memories have been my favorite. All the memories of the wine and cheese boards on the roof deck, making our own wine and creating the greatest wine label of all time, and even planning our weddings together. A lot less of yeah, and a lot more of yas. Cole, I know I rip on you a lot, but it's because I love you. Everyone here tonight loves you. Many of us traveled 2,000 miles to celebrate your love. But if that doesn't say love, I know I could tell anyone at your wedding to make me a Chris Cole special, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. You, Cole, are our very own Shirley Temple. So I wanted to end my speech there as the perfect segue for a toast. But I do want to say one thing to you, Cole, that I've always tried to show, but have never really said before. And I figure what a great opportunity to do in full on a beach full of friends and family. Christopher, that's how you know I'm serious. I'm so proud of the man that you have turned into. You're one of my realest friends. I know until death do us part not only stands true for you and Alex, but for us as well. Nothing is more genuine than your love, and I truly couldn't be more happy to see your journey of love bring us here today. Even though our lives have changed over the last 15 years, there's always been one constant, and that is you continue to be a fabulous friend. Those are the memories I cherish the most, and I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, you could stop being a 49ers fan, but I'll forgive you for that. So everyone, let's raise our glasses for the greatest couple I know. Love certainly won this weekend. To Christopher and Alex.